Hello. So I've been asked to do another quick video before I do my card of the day later on, because they really need me to get this out of the way while I am free of distractions and overwork is the words that my team used, so that I'm allowing the proper message to come through and not getting in the way. There have been some very, I wouldn't say worrying, but fractured views of what's coming next. And a lot of this is things like the Great Solar Flash and we need to slow down and all these other messages that are coming in for light workers. And I know I've been under bombardment to stop the work that I'm doing because um, I'm leading a group that are doing too well. So I know that from my point of view, my experience, that a lot of these messages are being sent to stop us from continuing with the work we are doing. And I know that we are working at a certain pace that is claimed the spirit world is shocked at, but that's the job that we were asked to come here to do as light workers and warriors. We were asked here to get humanity up to speed so that we could do certain things, and also help the earth to assimilate these energies. Because here's one thing, and they may cover it as you go into my message, that if we hadn't been doing the earth healing as light workers in our sleep or as part of groups, that this planet would have been ripped apart by the energies that have been coming in over the last few weeks. Because these M-class flares, X-class flares would have overloaded the system, and we would have had earthquakes that would have split certain continents apart and certain cities, etc. So there's something for to be thought about as part of this message, and that's because what I've been told is that's why we're here. We're here to balance, we're here to ground, and on a large scale or a small scale, as light workers and warriors, some of us are earth healers who are doing this work as part of their role. Others are just doing it a little bit every day that help to manage the energy for others. But we're all helping to ground and balance these energies so that the planet isn't overwhelmed and humanity isn't overwhelmed. And then it's up to humanity how fast they work. And if they're comfortable and they're feeling that they need to do what they need to do, then if they are surging forward really fast, then it's not down to us, it's down to them and their teams. But that's my personal view. And as always, discern what you hear me say and what my team say through your heart energy. Because sometimes it may be something that is coming through me that is not appropriate for you at this time. So let's see what they've got to say. Yes, we are Erasmus, this guides team. We will be announcing ourselves like this in the future because it is needed, because of the fear that is being projected onto others, created in others, because of the earth changes that are happening at this time. There are many amongst you who are trying to make you fearful, and we are noticing that in certain cases it is being quite successful because many of you are believing what is being told you rather than as has been said. You are discerning through your heart energy. We have told you this over and over. Discern through your heart energy. How does this information make you feel? If it does not make you feel balanced, grounded and comfortable, then you need to let that go, because much of this information that is coming through now is trying to stop light workers and warriors as well as spiritual people from doing their work. It is designed so that the flow that is not gaining a momentum but is balancing out so that you are working at a steady pace and are achieving what you need to achieve. Because what you must understand is many people are talking about in 10 years' time. And we would like to use, as we have used with this one before, you have to look at what you consider a business would do for a 10-year plan. They have certain stages that they have to achieve. And so you are not rushing to achieve that thing. You are working to achieve that thing within that time. So if you have a benchmark, we will call it, because some people understand this, that is a 1 year point that you wish to achieve, that all your administration is in line. That's what you work towards. If by your 5 year point you want to make sure your technology is up to date, that's what you do. And this is what is happening at this time, is that many of you light workers are doing earth healing to help the earth balance, clear, and stabilize itself so that it is moving smoothly into the fifth dimension, letting go of what it does not need, so that it does not rip itself apart. And also so that it does not rip you apart, because you are a part of this planet. Your physical structure is a part of this planet, and so are the creatures upon it. And so this is why this has to be managed. This is not just a fast pace, as some people are saying. It's a slow, steady, forward moving pace so that everybody is stabilized, the planet is stabilized, and certain events are, we will not say curtailed, but toned down. Because when a planet ascends, it will expand, it will change its structure, and so certain things will happen in its energetic field and its physical field. And so you must understand is that as it lets go of what it doesn't need anymore, so it will happen to you as part of the planet. This is a natural structure. And as we have said before, you are not leaving the planet. So all these people who are saying the ships are coming to get you, they're coming to take us away, haha. What is happening is that those who wish to leave will be removed by these beings, because there are some beings who are being asked to remove certain beings from this planet who are causing disruption. And as part of that process, some of you may decide to leave because you have done what you need to do or you're finding it overwhelming. But the general leaving mission will be through passing, because it will be decided by the group, as has been said in other videos, in the Akashic records that you decided as a group to leave. And so you will decide when you leave as a group. You may be in a disaster, you may be in a certain event that is going to happen, because many events will be happening over the next few weeks that will allow people who do not wish to stay, who feel that I've had the experience of 3D while this energy has been rising, so I'd like to leave now. There will be many things happening now and through the next 10-year period to allow this to happen. Not out of punishment, not out of you are causing issues, because you've decided, you've had your experience and you're going to go. And this is another thing you must understand. By having these experiences, you are not being punished. On a human level, this is how we need to explain, is that on a human level, it will be the experience of being punished, of being facing the darkness, of good versus evil. But as you rise up, and this is why we ask you to stay in the higher vibration, in the looking down vibration, is what we would like to call it, so that you experience what it is to see what we see, how you see the incidences, how you see what happens as we see them. So they are not, how should we put it? They're not punishment. They are experiences of, I will do this and I will help clear the planet at the same time. So you are doing many things just by carrying out a certain act. Some of you are being asked to help others, and this is because they, when they agreed to go through this experience, knew that they would hit a point where they would need help. So this is why you were helping them, because they have got to a point where they are overwhelmed because they forgot when they incarnated. When you hit a certain vibration, when a planet ascends, that you will suffer. So that is what will be happening for many light workers and people who help others, is that you will be required to help them to manage their vibration, to help them to balance their vibration, to help them to ground their vibration. It is all a part of moving forward. Whether you are an earth healer helping the planet to assimilate these energies, or whether you are helping people to assimilate these energies, that is what the role will be. You are here to hold the light and help others to manage the light. This is what many people are trying to confuse you about. They are off about this is going to happen, that is going to happen. But you've got to remember, they're coming from their 3D belief system that is now being threatened by the change in energy. And so this is the other thing why we say discern with your heart, because your heart is multidimensional, multi-frequency, it's multi-vibrational. It will tell you what is happening. And if you feel that your heart is saying, ooh, I don't like this, then ask your heart what to do about it. Ask yourself, what do I need to do to change this situation? And then do something about it. Because it's all about action. Spiritual action now is that whether it is taking a rest to allow your energy to balance because these energies are too extreme, or whether it is asking yourself, should I do more of XYZ? But this time is all about grounding, balancing, and working the light so that you can help the planet and help the people to do what they need to do to become part of the shift forward. Yes, it will be 10 years, but right now you need to look at what needs to be dealt with. You still have to do your housekeeping, you still have to do your energy management, you still have to do the work that is required as these energies come in from the sun and outside, we shall say, from other um, influences. And that is why, as earth healers, certain help and barriers have been put in place to help filter the energies as they come in so that what is being received is not, again, ripping this planet apart, but is helping to balance and manage it so that humanity receives the energy and the support that they need. And this is why we have sent you this message, because it's starting to get that many people are bullying each other because you should be this, when in reality, what you should be looking at is, what can I do to help this person manage their energy, their suffering? They don't understand what is happening, but do it in a loving way. Let the other person approach you. Don't say, you should be doing this. We are not evangelizers. Lightworkers are not evangelizers. Leave that to the religious people. We are here to help humanity change their energy when they're ready. And if they're not ready, then there are processes that will allow them to leave or be restructured into somewhere else. So we are doing this message. I hope it meets and reaches many people. But as always, many of these messages from people who are not big names often don't reach where they're supposed to. But if it reaches one person and changes them, we are very happy. And so we will leave it there. Yes, we hope that many people who are working like this send their messages out into the world and don't sit on them. Don't worry about them. Don't say, oh, this message is too big. Because we shouldn't be slowing down. We should be pacing ourselves. We should be managing and moving forward, because because we will be pushed to move very fast because of where the energy is, because of what we are being asked to do. Because I know, as earth healers, my group of earth healers that will meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we are being asked to balance the energy, ground the energy, manage the energy, and help people to do the same through our meditations, rather than to, uh, push people. We are helping them to manage. So when you get a message through saying people to slow down, we're like, how much slower can we make this? Because we're already being asked to balance and ground people's energy. So I tend to not listen to these messages and just get on with what I'm doing. So I'll leave it there. But I hope that your heart guide you well.